We were having plenty of fun, and this is so embarrassing to me because it happens over and over again, and I keep forgetting about it, and then it'll happen again, and it's so embarrassing. I had a couple of beers, and the next thing you know, I black out. I come to about 8 hours later. There's a couple of Bolivian sailors going through my sock drawer. I just... Doesn't really mean anything, but just kind of my way of saying welcome to the show. And what a show we have got for you folks this evening. And I'm not kidding. Francis Ford Coppola will be joining us tonight on this television program. That's right. You may certainly applaud if you like. Another fascinating individual, Henry Morgan, will be here. And two other elements. We have dogs now from the... a man just coming to. Probably seeing Bolivian sailors himself just about now. We have dogs from the Westminster Kennel Club show, which is taking place right now at Madison Square Garden. And these are dogs. Unbelievable specimens. Also, a little bit later, if you're thinking of dozing off, don't do it, because we have something which I like to refer to as truly breakthrough television. I don't think ever before seen on American TV. That'll be coming up a little bit later. Come on over here and say hello to Mr. Paul Schaefer and the band. Hello, Paul. Hello. You know, one of the exciting parts about living in New York City is that every day there is something special going on in this town. Earlier today, of course, was the thrilling annual February 8th Day Parade. We went right outside and took a look. Here is our special coverage now of that parade. Here comes Keith Giesler of Staten Island. He was well, now let's see, this is the mayor's float. They thought the parade was next week. And here come the lovely Central Park majorettes. There they are over there, followed up closely by the Queen and her court. And, of course, their security guard. Here comes New York City's salute to good posture, and followed by the runner-up in that contest. Now, this float is not being pushed. That's actually being operated by 20 men and women. Here comes the entry from the Bronx Zoo. Apparently, the puma escaped. There, of course, is the handler. Now, this float is made up of 170,000 live orchids flown in from Hawaii. This is a salute to the recent drug wars, a man on his way to the East River to drop off a rival. And now this guy is the famous parade crasher, Art Minzer. He shows up every year. And, of course, the theme of this year's parade is cardboard on wheels. And coming up, this man won the governor's trophy for best use of fur. And, of course, one day all cardboard is hoped that it'll have wheels, and these people make all of their own costumes. Oh, this man won the president's trophy for best use of notebook paper. Oh, there's Art Minzer, the parade crasher again. Get the... Oh, this is wonderful. This is New York Governor Kerry's precision drill team. Oh, there's that guy again. And, of course, anytime you have, oh, wait a minute, some sort of a mishap somewhere along the parade route. And right after this parade ends, they start working next year. And, of course, coming up after the... every parade has a couple of guys marching to a different drummer. And here we have a few. Just a reminder, right after this parade, of course, the football game will begin live. Well, this guy again. And I think once more for Art Minzer. There you go, the annual February 8th Day Parade. Coming up on this television program, Francis Ford Coppola. We'll be right back.
Excuse me, sir. I have a moment with you. How do you feel about the announcement last night from the mayor's office that as of May 1st, the Empire State Building will be torn down to make room for a 5-story parking garage, solve the parking problems?
I don't think it's quite feasible. It's quite implement. I don't think it's quite going to work it out in that way.
You don't think that'll solve the problem? All right, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Real just happens. You don't have to make it. Although I don't mean to suggest that anything bad will happen to you if you ignore this letter.
Paul Schaefer. Welcome back to the show. Francis Ford Coppola is perhaps the finest filmmaker working today, with credits that include The Godfather, The Godfather 2, The Conversation, and Apocalypse Now. He is a showman in the finest of Hollywood traditions. Not only are his films thrilling, but the events surrounding the release of those motion pictures equally thrilling, and that's certainly the case with his most recent film, One from the Heart. Please welcome Francis Ford Coppola. Very nice of you to be on the television show here with us this evening. We mentioned in the...
How do you feel about the announcement from the mayor's office last night that as of May 1st, the Empire State Building will be torn down to make room for a 5-story parking garage to solve the parking problem?
It's very unfortunate. It's one of the few landmarks that we have left. It should be preserved.
Yes, most people seem to feel that way. All right, sir. Very kind of you to share your thoughts with me. Okay.
Lysol spray use number 148.
Feel about
I didn't like it at all.
You didn't like that, huh? You think the Empire State Building should stay where it is?
Stay where it is. That's the main excitement in New York City. People going out to Empire State Building.
Yeah.
And out to the city.
It is something that's familiar.
Yeah.
How about the parking problem? Do you have any thoughts about how they
I don't think so.
help
There's
that?
There's no big parking problem around here.
Okay.
After 6 o'clock, you know. So
Maybe what we need is not a solving of the parking problem, more than fewer crashes. I don't know.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, sir, for helping me out.
Difficult things about putting together a new show is deciding what kind of guests to have on. You want to reach the largest possible audience, of course, but still not overlook intellectual topics. We realize the following discussion of anthropology may not be of interest to everyone, but I have always maintained that if presented properly, any topic can be good television. With that in mind, welcome, please, Dr. Walter Fairservice. Does the extinction of the dinosaur have any reference to modern man?
Of course, the dinosaur was followed by the tertiary age, in which we had certain forms appear or disappear. But to a real extent, our ancestors belong to the tertiary, and we, who are a Homo sapiens sapiens, have been selected out to survive until now. However, we have factors based on our genetic code that could lead towards our destruction as a species. As a consequence, we are led to suspect that we may evolve into something quite comparable to that of the simian groups that went out of the world in the Pleistocene age.
What era are we presently living in, and can we expect any more of these ages?
Well, this is the so-called Holocene age, which may be an interglacial stage between two great ice advances. The last glaciation, that is the latter part of the last glaciation, ended about 12,000 years ago. It's unknown if we'll have another glaciation in the near future. We may actually still be in a Pleistocene age, geologically speaking. In effect, we are in the state of the Industrial Revolution, which is in sharp contrast to our long prehistoric life in the Pleistocene age.
Well, thank you very much. It certainly was enlightening, Doctor. Dr. Fairservice, thank you very much for being here. We're going to go away for a little bit. We'll be back with Henry Morgan. Thank you very much, Doctor. Appreciate that, sir.